You want to hear a spooky story? Imagine this. You wake up, you check your phone, and you see hundreds of angry customer emails. Where's my order? It's been 30 days. I want a refund. I'll never order from your store again. You check the news. You can't figure out what's going on, what's happening. You check the news and you find out the United States Postal Service just announced it's cutting off shipping from China. That's the country that you're getting all of your products from. Your entire business, right down the toilet. And it's on the verge of collapse. But what if I told you you could have avoided all of this problem? Today, I'm breaking down the exact steps you need to take to ditch your slow shipping and switch to U.S. suppliers and turn this possible crisis into your competitive advantage. Let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Welcome back, everybody. It's another action-packed, power-packed episode of Straight Talk Commerce. I am your host, Wayne Altman. I'm going to break down the business strategies that actually work for your business. Today, we are tackling a major issue. Didn't think that it was going to be an issue, but now we realize this is a major issue, and it's one that can absolutely crush your brand, crush your business. Your dropshipping business, if you do not plan for it, if you are not prepared for eventualities like this. These things kind of happen. And the question is, what happens if the United States Postal Service stops delivering from the country of origin of any of your suppliers? In this case, we're going to use China, but frankly, it could be anyone, anywhere. It doesn't matter what your supplier or where your suppliers are. If they're outside the United States, this could be an issue. And by the way, on February 4th, like I said in the opening, that's exactly what happened between the U.S. and China. Now, very quickly on the 5th, they got that issue rectified. They agreed to trade talks, and there will be people going to the table. But you should take this as a shot across the bow, because this could be an issue in March, April, May, that time frame, if we don't get these issues squared away. So today, I thought I would give you a 7-step transition plan to help switch you from your slow suppliers in another country. Again, we're going to use China as the example. It could be any country where the shipping, the postal service is less or different. We're going to help you reduce refund requests. We're going to give you resources for alternative suppliers, and we are going to help you scale your business into 2025, 2026 like a pro. Because if you're running an e-commerce business, you need to have a notebook handy. This episode is going to be a game changer for you, so let's get in it. Number 1, step 1, first step, you will need to assess your business and identify those risks if you haven't already. First things first, before you make any change, analyze where you are right now. What products do you have that sell the most? Which would be the products that would crush your business or hurt your business the most if you no longer had access to them? Because those are the ones we want to start with. We want to find new suppliers for, or at least have a plan handy for supplying us with those products. Where are you getting these products? Where are your current suppliers? Where do they ship from? What are trade relationships like with that country? If they're in the United States, like what happened to me during COVID, I moved completely from the Chinese drop shipping model and brought everything to the United States, mainland it. And I never looked back. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. But I do know a lot of my friends stuck with the very low cost Chinese model. Nothing wrong with that, but you need to have a plan on what's going to happen should you not have access to those products anymore. You want to look at customer complaints. Are you getting customer complaints about shipping delays? Weather has a lot to do with this a lot of the times. Forget the trade agreements and the nuances there. You know, a lot of times you'll have weather delays and it can really affect your business. Okay. Contact your suppliers. Here's the pro tip. Contact your suppliers today and ask if they have U.S. warehousing or alternative shipping options. Many of your suppliers, especially Chinese, will either warehouse in California, Mexico, someplace in the United States. They have bought warehousing. These suppliers have bought warehousing, and your products can be brought local. Now, normally they offer that to high volume businesses. They probably already, if you're high volume enough, they probably already come to you and ship to you from those places. If not, if you're still smaller, you can contact your supplier and work out or try to work out an arrangement with your Chinese suppliers, with your Mexican suppliers, and bring those back somewhere local to you or local to the mid of the country and bring those shipping costs down. Probably a good idea no matter what to take a look at this, because you can really reduce your costs across the board if you pay attention to this. Here's step 2. Step 2 is, again, find domestic or alternative suppliers, right? We've already assessed what we need, what our needs are, what would hurt our business if we were ever to lose access to that great sweater on our site that is selling a lot, or the camping equipment that we couldn't find anyplace else. I had a electrical solar battery that really I had a very hard time sourcing. Could not source it for the life of me in the United States. Had to go to China. And shortly after that, I was able to find something local in Colorado. We get them. So, you know, you have to do some research. There's definitely some research involved here, but that is something that was on the tip. Once COVID happened, I knew that I needed to do something that was going to future-proof, disaster-proof my business. All right, so let's find better, faster suppliers. Forget AliExpress. There are tons of other options out there, and here's where I want you to start looking. Look at Spocket. Spocket is a U.S. and European supplier. They've got 3 to 7 day shipping, so it's probably already better than what you're experiencing anywhere in China. Zendrop is also, it's a global fulfillment center network. So depending on where you are in the world, they have people near you that are going to help you with that supply chain, those logistics. Sailhoo. Reliable shippers and suppliers in North America. You also may want to take a look at Inventory Source. My friends at Inventory Source, man, they really did right by me. They don't pay for any advertising. They really should, but I definitely enjoyed working with Inventory Source, and I will again the minute that we work out some issues. And then if you're in the clothing and printed clothing and t-shirts and stuff, Printful, Printify, those print on demand, that's really, really good for your branded apparel. So check that out. Let me give you a case study about this. All right. Gymshark ditched a very slow international supplier very early in their business. And they built $1 billion fitness brand with very fast shipping and fulfillment. And why? Because they controlled their own supply chain. They wanted that control. and Gymshark just absolutely rolled on everyone. So there you go. Exhibit A of why you want to pay attention to this. Step 3, test this before making any big moves. You would not buy a car without a test drive. And the same thing applies here. Order samples from at least 3 new suppliers. Don't go with one or the shiniest one or the one that's been contacting you for a long time. Don't do that. Find someone on your own. Find 3 suppliers. Find 4 suppliers. And then test drive them. You're forming new relationships, and these are important. This is your business, and they're very important that you treat those as such. You're dating at this point, okay? You're going to leave your supplier, or at least you're going to phase out of that one supplier. You definitely want to figure out who you're dating prior to. Check their shipping times, check their quality, their product quality, and check their packaging. A lot of people I know they get furious because the packaging changes. These things can be negotiated. You should know that by the time when you did the first the first products that you sold. That packaging can be negotiated. You have requirements too. So do not be bashful in the fact of saying to your suppliers, listen, it's great that you ship these in Ziploc bags, but I'm going to need something a little meatier. I'm going to need something a little bit bigger because I'm charging more for this product. Make certain that they have really, really good customer service. Because trust me, if you have a problem, you're going to want a supplier that actually answers their email, answers their phone, speaks the language that you do, and is interested in your business, helping you. You cannot do business with people who treat their customers the way you might treat your customers. No, I'm just kidding. You want to make sure that if your customer service is on point, you do business with people whose customer service is on point. You guys know that is a huge bugaboo with me. I absolutely cannot stand poor customer service. So I don't want you to accept poor customer service, and I don't want you to give poor customer service. Let me give you an example of this. Anchor, the electronics brand, they completely ditched China and switched China Post, the mail service, and they switched to DHL, FedEx, and many other third-party logistics companies, and their shipping speeds drastically improved, and their customers loved it. They saw explosive growth because their customers were like, man, we are getting these products so fast. Their customer service across the board went crazy. Their customers absolutely loved it, and that's what you want, okay? You really want your customers to be energetic in the way that they are talking about you in a good way, because they will also talk energetically in a bad way about you, but you want the good. Step 4, update your product listings, pictures, pricing, because it's all got to be reflective, right? If you change your supplier, prices are going to change. If you change the way that you are shipping, prices are going to change. All of these have an impact on pricing. You do not want to go from one supplier to another supplier without changing the pricing, because someone in the end is going to get hurt. And both of those people are going to be you. Your customers may be hurt because they're paying now more than they should be, and you're selling less, and you are going to be hurt because you have less customers, and those customers are not going to be as happy with you. Now you've got a good solid supplier, you need to update your store. You need to adjust your pricing to factor in the new costs. You need to highlight the fact that you can ship and they will get their products faster. Many places on your website need to reflect that you will have faster shipping times. Customers will pay more for speed. All this free shipping business, free doesn't mean jack if it doesn't get to them, and doesn't get to them quickly enough. And then revamp your product descriptions to reflect the new supply chain, because I can promise you that product is going to differ than the product that they were purchasing before. So many times I have sold what seemed to be the exact same product, only to have my customer go, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Where was this? This is not the same product I got from you the last time I ordered. What happened? And doesn't matter that it's better quality. Did not matter to that customer. It was different, and they did not like it. And when I explained to them, hey, this is why we changed, I was able to smooth it over. But believe me, you do not want to get caught flat-footed on this. And here's a pro tip. Customers hate waiting. Duh. If you can promise between 2 and 5 days shipping and make sure that it is plastered all over your store, that is going to be your competitive edge. That is going to be a massive feature, and it'll take care of some bugs that you may have on your store. Step 5. Here we go. You need to let your customers know and adjust your policies accordingly. Listen up. Transparency is key anytime you make a big change. Not to get political here, but look at the change of administration from the former administration of the United States to the administration that we have now. You cannot get the president out from in front of a TV camera now, where before you could never find the president. And the mood of the entire, doesn't matter that you agree or disagree with what the guy is doing. What matters is he's made himself available to you. Update your shipping policy to reflect any new time frames, and announce the change in your email list, your social media, on the website, in your videos, anytime, and maybe even put something in the packaging explaining all the changes that have taken place. And then start using order tracking tools like AfterShip or any of the shipping tools, FedEx, DHL, any of those shipping tools that will help keep your customers informed. That will reduce complaints and increase satisfaction, your customer satisfaction with what you're doing. Add a banner. Very simple, costs nothing. Add a banner to the website. Now shipping from blank, 2 to 5 day delivery. Believe me, you don't have to believe me. Watch it boost your conversions, but you can believe me. But watch that it will boost your conversions. Step 6, market the heck out of your faster shipping. Here's where you turn faster fulfillment into larger profits for you. Update your Facebook and your Instagram ads to highlight your fast US shipping. Create TikTok and Instagram reels, unboxing and showcasing a 2 to 5 day delivery. Run an email campaign to past customers saying, hey, we heard you. We now have 2 to 5 day shipping from the US. And the case study here I would go with probably is Zappos, shoe company. They built $1 billion brand on free, fast shipping. You can do the same thing. Making these small changes, and sometimes, I realize that for some people these are big changes, but making these changes, you need to wring every drop of juice out of the change that you're making. You're always trying to make better decisions for your company, and this is a big enough decision that you need to wring every drop of juice out of it. And then step 7 is phase out old suppliers and then start to ramp up, start to scale up. The final step is to cut the cord on slow suppliers. Set a hard cutoff date for any overseas from you shippers, China-based shipper or India, wherever you're getting that and you're making the change from. Monitor your orders very closely. You should be doing this anyway, but for the next 30, 60, and 90 days, you need to really monitor with a fine-tooth comb your orders. Because you want to ensure smooth fulfillment. You want to find the wrinkles and iron those out. It will probably require making some adjustments to the way you do things in-house. I can't think of a scenario really where it'll be that smooth that you don't have to change a rule or two that you've already ingrained in people. So you're going to need to do some training for this, all right? If your new suppliers are working out, negotiate better deals as your volume grows. Use this as a way of negotiating better and better and better deals for yourself. And resist as much as you can the temptation of sticking with the old because they've just offered you this hellacious new deal. I always look at that as hey, wait a minute. Why were you not offering this to me when, just a few weeks ago before I started this whole process? I mean, have I been getting ripped off that badly that you're able to offer me this sweet as honey deal now? Because you don't want to lose my business? The tendency for business owners is to jump on a super awesome deal. But I would back off that and think, wait a minute, why didn't you offer me that a few weeks ago when I came to you with these problems? All right, that's a wrap on today's episode. If you found this valuable, which I'm very certain that you did, subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Leave me a review, question, comment down in the comments. And if you are making the switch, why don't you give me a private message on Instagram or TikTok or even here and let me know all about it. I would love to give your business a little bit of a boost. We are closing in. By the time you're watching this, we will be at over 25,000 subscribers. Thank you all very, very much. We are growing exponentially. Every week I come back to you. The number of subscribers has grown we had 4,800 new subscribers in the last 28 days. In the last month, 4,800 new subscribers. To all of you, I bid you welcome. Get involved, tell your friends, give us a thumbs up, and just thank you so much for trusting me and for listening to these podcasts. Big things are going to take place in e-commerce, and you definitely want to be ahead of the curve. So stay smart, stay strategic, and as always, keep selling smarter. I will see you next week. Adios.